Hi, my name is Hannah Hatfield, and I'm going to be doing a historical review of the life and accomplishments of Gordon W. Allport for Psychology 622, a graduate class. Gordon Allport was born in Montezuma, Indiana on November 11, 1897, to John Edwards Allport and Nellie Wise. He's the younger brother of Floyd Allport, commonly referred to as the father of experimental psychology, and Gordon was also very much involved in social psychology, but specifically personality psychology. His work in the fields is still highly influential to this day. So, in terms of education and his early life, Gordon followed in his brother's footsteps and graduated with his bachelor's degree in Harvard University in 1919. He studied psychology and social ethics while attending the university. After a gap year teaching in Constantinople, he returned to Harvard to earn a PhD in psychology in 1922. He spent the following couple of years traveling across Europe on a fellowship, studying with William Stern and Heinz Werner at the University of Hamburg, and being challenged by Gestalt psychologists Wolfgang Kohler and Max Wertheimer at the University of Berlin. He became an instructor of social ethics at Harvard in 1924, and in 1924 and 25, he taught what is thought to be one of the first American college courses on personality psychology, and it was titled Personality, Its Psychological and Social Aspects. Later, he served as a faculty member in the Department of Social Ethics from 1930 to 1967. His main contributions to the field was in personality psychology. He created a new, groundbreaking approach to personality that combined both psychoanalysis, think Sigmund Freud, and behaviorism. He developed the concept of functional autonomy, which asserts that drives or motivations can become independent of the original motives for a specific behavior. So, for example, if a person is initially driven to go to college because maybe their parents didn't have the opportunity to do so, or they were told in early life that they would never amount to anything, that motivation can later become a need to excel in education. Additionally, he also formulated trait theory, in which personality traits are grouped into three distinct categories. These categories are cardinal traits, central traits, and secondary traits. Cardinal traits are rare and most strongly determine long-term behavior, so for example, things like greed. Central traits are present in all individuals, meaning that they're innate and generally influence behavior. So, for example, honesty would be a central trait. And then secondary traits are present in all individuals and influential for behavior, but are strongly dependent on situational contexts. So, anxiousness could be a secondary trait. He firmly believed that character and personality are not the same, but rather independent entities. So, finally, his work in personality psychology is still highly influential today. During his later years, he served as an editor for the Journal of Abnormal and Social Psychology from 1937 to 1949. He became the president of the American Psychological Association in 1939, and he led the establishment of the Harvard Department of Social Relations in 1946. His personality theory was one of the very first humanistic theories of personality in the field, and it shaped the thinking of many other psychologists such as Stanley Milgram and Jerome Bruner. He also influenced psychologists George Kelly, Abraham Maslow, and Carl Rogers. Gordon Allport was one of the founding leaders in personality psychology, and as a result, he was ranked number 11 on the American Psychological Association's 100 Most Distinguished Psychologists of the 20th Century.